Alright, good morning YouTube. So we are back again today with a super fun deck profile. This is going to be my all-rounder purple deck. I cannot take full credit for this list. This is a list that has been topping a lot in the Japanese format in BT5. Or a combination of a bunch of lists that have been topping in the BT5 format in Japan. A lot of them use like a combination of Tactimon, Chaosgallantmon, and Plutomon to kind of give you a good advantage in all positions. Like, Tactimon is good in a neutral game state because it can help maintain board state and constantly push tempo. Chaosgallantmon is good for whenever you're ahead in the game state because it makes sure that you stay ahead by attacking a lot of times. And when combined with all those good inheritables. And then Plutomon is really good for if you fall behind, because you can use Plutomon to just out whatever your opponent has with a big fat Hell's Gate. So this deck does very, very well in a wide variety of situations. Against a wide variety of matchups as well. So I really think that this is one of the strongest ways to play purple, and it's definitely a lot cheaper than trying to go out and buy yourself 4 copies of Lilithmon, you know? So go ahead and get right into the deck profile, starting off with the eggs. So I got 2 copies of Demi-Meramon here, trying to keep this glare down. Demi-Meramon can help you by filtering through your deck. I am electing to play a full house split of the Digi-egg, so I'm playing 2 copies of the 3 copies of Digimon as well. So what Digimon does is if one of your other Digimon is deleted, then the Digimon with this in its stack gets plus 2k. So it makes sure that all of your big level 6s are hitting like 13 or 14k. Making sure that they're going to survive the security check, most likely, unless they hit like an Omnimon or something. So it also helps control the opposing matchup if you need to just swing over things. So you could honestly elect to just play 4 copies of Digimon, but I do like having Demi-Meramon in this list for a little bit of extra consistency and a little bit of extra draw power. So going right on to the level 3s. We got 4 copies of Guilmon. He is the most important one. If he's deleted by a card effect, you gain a memory. You are going to be deleting him a lot. In fact, that's 90% of this deck's plays, is just to bring this card back, to delete it, to gain memory, to bring it back, to delete it, to gain memory, to bring it back, to delete it, to gain memory, and hey, look, you're attacking a whole lot of times. So that's Guilmon's purpose in the deck. Then we got 3 copies of Tapir. Tapir will let you draw more cards if he is destroyed, and sometimes you bring him back instead of Guilmon if you need to see more combo pieces. And also Tapir is really good early game, because if you get like this on top of a Demi-Mera, then you can swing and kind of set up your hand and your trash more effectively. So we have also 2 copies of Tsukaimon. Just gives you a neat inheritable effect, you know, on deletion gain a memory. So it's just one of those cards that, especially if you get this under a blocker, can help you maintain advantage. It's not absolutely essential compared to these other 2, like these are the main ones, but you don't need to max out on Tapir, so I felt like I should put a little bit of versatility in this deck, because something that this deck also has the option to do is bring rookies back from the trash and then just kind of keep them there so you can either evolve up or just start going wide. And Tsukaimon gives you at least a really cool inheritable effect. So I'm also playing 2 copies of Gazimon because Imperial is still a really good deck. Blue is doing really well. Yellow exists still with Blinding Ray. You know, Gazimon is still good this meta, so I'm still playing it. And then rounding out the rookies, we were playing 14 of them. I have 3 2-cost vanillas. So that's it. Pretty standard rookie lineup for a list like this. It's not as combo oriented as Lilith Loop, so you aren't playing as many cards that just put things into your trash. And honestly, I kind of like that a little bit more. You know, everybody likes the combos that Lilith Loop provides, but a fresh take on a just powerful deck. You know, going back to the basics a little bit. is still just a very, very viable strategy. Building up into a big level 6 and swinging is just how the game was meant to be played. And continuing on that trend, we have a couple cheap evolutions. To get up into level 6, I have 4 copies of the Blocker Devimon. I have 2 copies of Meramon. And then that's it for the 1 cost to evolve into level 4s. The other level 4s provide us extra value. We have a Vilemon to give you a 5th blocker, and to be a 5 cost to hard play just in case you brick. I got 2 copies of Devimon, not only to have retaliation, but to give retaliation to your big stacks. That's also really fun. Makes your opponent think twice about swinging over you. And then to round out the 12 level 4s, I play 3 copies of Black Growlmon. Black Growlmon, if you don't Digiburst it away with the Black War Growlmon, make sure that your Tactimon or your Chaosgallantmon, whenever they're swinging, just hit them twice and then win the game. Like, you're going to hit twice anyway because of your inheritable effects on the level 5s, but the extra security attack just makes your opponent play on a timer, so to speak, and it's really good. I don't think you need to play 4 because a lot of the times you are going to be Digibursting away the level 4 with the Black War Growlmon in order to get things back onto the field so that you can go wider. But Black Growlmon is something I very much want to try bumping up to 4 if I can find the room. But going right along into the level 5s, we got the bread and butter, 4 copies of Black War Growlmon. He has a Digiburst 3 that'll let you bring back a level 3 from the trash, and he has the inheritable effect of when attacking once per turn, you can delete something to unsuspend yourself. So this is where the Guilmon gets a lot of value. This is where the Tapirmon gets a lot of value. And if something is deleted, then you just can get extra security attack if this is still in your sources if you didn't use the first effect. So you get a lot of value just attacking multiple times, and if you have a when attacking skill that isn't once per turn, like Tactimon, then you can trigger that multiple times as well. So Black War Growlmon is absolutely key and the most important level 5 in the deck. I'm playing 2 copies of Weregarurumon from BT2. Yeah, BT2. Just because it has the same inheritable effect as this card. Doesn't have the cool Digiburst effect, but, still good. And then the last level 5s are one-ofs that are all just kind of good and kind of should be played in most purple lists, but there isn't a lot of room in this one because we had to make room for these cards. I play 1 copy of Chimeramon because if you do bring it back from the trash, then, with something like a Zwart, then this is amazing. I have 1 copy of Skullmeramon. A 2 cost to evolve into is always nice, and something that you can hard play for 5 if you brick is not bad. Deck only does play 14 rookies, so having this and the Vilemon in the level 4 lineup just makes you more often than not have something that you can open with and not mind playing. And then the last level 5 I play is a single copy of Lady Devimon just to help get us into some of our combo pieces or get us into some of the cards that we're searching for. Graceful Charity on legs is always good, especially when the legs are this nice. And just the inheritable for helping you clear level 3s off the board is also really good, but definitely not needed in a deck like this since I am playing Tactimon. But those are the level 5s. On to the level 6s, the fun part of the deck. I got 2 copies of Chaos Gallant, 2 copies of Tactimon, 2 copies of Plutomon, and 1 copy of the BT2 Metal Garurumon. So this level 6 lineup is designed to do everything. Again, Tactimon is something that's good whenever you're just maintaining the game state. Always gaining extra memory, always gaining extra power, and the ability to clear rookies off the board. Like, your opponent will try to play rookies to memory choke you, and you can just say no and delete them all with Tactimon. That's nuts. Tactimon also has a really good matchup against Lord Nightmon, which is one of the best decks in the format right now, so that's always nice. Chaosgallantmon is a card that will help you push advantage faster, because whenever you delete one of your own bodies, then you can pull back another one. And you can also use this effect to just bring back, or whenever you Digivolve into it, it's like a pseudo Chimeramon. Well, I mean, it's the exact same effect as Chimeramon, just when Digivolving, so you can just have a Guillemon out or a Tapirmon out or something, and then just start clearing the way of blockers or stuff that your opponent has set up, and then just go in. Like, I do like Chaosgallantmon, I just would never play more than 2 of it in any list. Just because I feel like it's really good as a supplementary mega, but it should never be the focus of a deck, in my opinion. But the ability to just go wide with this card and make it so that you're always in an advantageous board state is never to be doubted. And then Plutomon really helps you if you're falling behind. If you either need cards in hand, Digivolving into this will draw you 3, because you draw for evolution and then 2 for the effect. And then you get to play something like Hell's Gate. So if you're ever really behind, or your opponent has a big threat that you don't want to deal with and give them a bunch of memory simultaneously, like, you can typically do one or the other. You can just evolve into Plutomon, draw a bunch of cards, cast the Hell's Gate, and then all of your problems are solved. So Plutomon is something that I don't know why isn't seeing more play in, like, metas that aren't Japan, but this card was doing very, very well in Japan for a little while. And then the Metal Garurumon is just kind of another level 6 that we are playing. This could be the Crest Garuru. Honestly, it could be a third copy of Tactimon. But I do like the synergy that it has with this deck. Just when attacking, you can bring back a level 3 from your trash. So it's one of those things that you can just swing, bring back the level 3, delete the level 3, unsuspend yourself, and then continue the attack, and then swing, and then bring back the level 3, and keep going. It's like a combination of Chaosgallantmon and some other cards that we see in, like, blue decks. So I do like the Metal Garurumon as a one-of. It's definitely working out for me so far. But yeah, the level 6 lineup, I feel, is the part of this deck that makes it super consistent. Just the ability to deal with any situation that comes your way is something that this build of purple is focused on doing. So there aren't too many cards left in the deck. We'll just go over the level 7s and the options and tamers. I got 1 copy of Zwart, because this deck isn't as focused on looping, so I felt like only playing 1 of it was necessary. It is very strong, and resolving this card makes you feel like you're going to win, but I feel like Zwart Defeat is much better in a deck like this. I played 2 copies of Zwart Defeat to round out the level 7, so 1 Zwart, 2 Zwart Defeat, 3 level 7s is always fine when you're playing that many level 6s, and it's... This card comes out whenever you evolve it, it kills children, and whenever it dies, it kills bodies. So, like, I do love Zwart Defeat. This card is just amazing, and I can see why it's the chase card of the set. Any player that plays this card will tell you that if you hit this in security, it just feels like you're gonna win the game. Like, and I agree with them. I've played against security control at a couple of events, and with my green deck, and any time that I've hit a Zwart Defeat in security, I'm like, well, now I gotta deal with this too, and sometimes I just can't. Like, this card is oppressive, to say the least, and the ability to just evolve and then pop one of their tamers and then choke them out of their memory, it's really good. I absolutely love the the level 7 package, and Zwart Defeat is one of the MVPs of this deck. So, the options, I'm playing 2 copies of Hell's Gate, specifically to cast off of Plutomon. It goes to your hand if it's hit off security, so you're usually going to have one of these sitting in your hand by the time you want to evolve into this card. So, it's really good. I play 1 copy of Demonic Disaster. because it can get you extra swings, which can close out the game, and that's always really good. You know, closing out the game whenever your opponent doesn't expect it is a way you get swift Ws. So those are the only 3 options, and I'm only playing 2 tamers. I'm playing 1 copy of the purple mat that lets you grab back a card from your trash when you play it, just because I like being set at 3 a lot. I'm not going to lie, 90% of the time when I play this card, if I'm going to grab something back, it's a Hell's Gate. Or like a specific level card that I need. Like if I'm used all my level 5s early and I need like to grab one, then I can mat and get it back. But most of the time you're playing this card, it's just going to be to set yourself to 3. And then the last tamer is the Tie and Mat Dual Tamer. Giving all of your Omnimon security attack +1 is always good, but we are also in a meta where your opponent isn't going to be swinging unless it's with a level 6 most of the time. So if your opponent gets in a position where they want to stay ahead, then this card punishes them for playing the game. And if you have this out and they swing with their level 6, and you know they're leaving you with at least 3 memory because this is going to gain you 2, and they hit a Zwart defeat in your security, and you have like 3 memories at least that you can make plays and a fresh Zwart defeat on your board with security attack +1, you kind of feel invincible. Like, this is a deck that can kind of just take advantage and run away with it because of the specific level 6 line that we are playing. And because of the options and some of the effects that we have, it just can really catch your opponent off guard. If you sway the tempo one way or the other, it's going to decide the game really swiftly. So I think that this is the most versatile and well-balanced way to play purple, in my opinion. If you want to play a deck that is purple, that isn't going to take you like 40 minutes to complete a single game, like Lilithloop does, then I highly recommend this. But thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. We'll see you next time. Bye.